Will your job even exist in 5 years? I mean, it's the question on basically everyone's mind right now. And in this explainer, we're not just going to talk about the answer. We're going to give you an actual roadmap to thrive in this new age of AI.
And let's just be real for a second. The anxiety is totally understandable. When you hear people like Elon Musk asking questions like this, it really hits home. It taps right into that fundamental fear that, maybe automation will make us obsolete.
And this isn't just you worrying late at night. This has become a huge social challenge, and it's being debated by all the biggest names in tech. The headlines are all predicting doom and gloom, and it kind of feels like we're all just bracing for impact.
But what if that's the completely wrong way to look at this whole thing? What if the real story isn't about being replaced, but about a massive, once-in-a-generation opportunity? Okay, let's really dive into this.
Because, when you cut through all the noise and the scary headlines and just look at the actual data, a completely different picture starts to emerge. And honestly, the results are pretty shocking.
Let's just start with this one number, 56%. So what is that? Well, that's the wage premium, the extra pay, that workers with AI skills are getting right now. And get this, that's up from just 25% last year. The market isn't punishing people for working with AI, it is rewarding them big time. Now check out this data from PwC. They looked at nearly 1 billion job ads and found that the industries that are most exposed to AI are seeing 3 times higher growth in revenue per employee. So being close to AI is actually fueling growth, not destroying jobs.
So yeah, you're going to hear these really scary predictions, like this one from the CEO of Ford. But when you look at the big, comprehensive research, the World Economic Forum is projecting 11 million new jobs being created because of AI. The data is telling a story of transformation, not termination.
So, the big question is, how do you position yourself for this transformation? Well, the answer lies in doubling down on the one thing AI absolutely cannot replicate, your humanity. This is your new competitive advantage. Seriously.
And this isn't just some vague, fuzzy idea. Researchers at MIT have actually built a model for this. They call it the Epoch Framework. And what it does is it pinpoints the 5 key areas where we, as humans, will always have the upper hand.
Let's break it down really quick. E is for empathy, for actually understanding other people. P is for presence, for that authentic, real connection. O is for opinion, which really means your ethics, your judgment. C is for creativity, for coming up with truly new ideas. And H is for hope, which is all about leadership and vision. You got to understand, these aren't just soft skills anymore. In the age of AI, these are your economic power tools.
Okay, so with that Epoch framework in our back pocket, we can start to see whole categories of careers that are not just surviving this shift, but are actually thriving because of it.
First up, you have the roles that just live and breathe human connection. We're talking about jobs that require deep empathy, really complex judgment, and trust. All things you just can't outsource to an algorithm.
And this isn't just a theory. The Eskimos 2025 study actually calculated an AI resistance score for different jobs. Look at this. Lawyers get a perfect 100%. Medical professionals, 93%. HR managers, 87%. And why is that? It's simple. When the stakes are really high, we need a human in the room.
Okay, next up, let's completely bust a huge myth. AI was supposed to kill creativity, right? Well, it turns out the exact opposite is happening. It's fueling a massive creative boom. Because while an AI can generate content, it can't generate culture or genuine meaning.
And you can see how much value is being placed on these roles. Creative directors, UX designers, content strategists. When they learn how to leverage AI, they're commanding massive salaries. And here's the crucial point. You're not competing with AI. You are conducting it. You're the one with the vision.
This leads us right into our third category. These are the brand new jobs that are being born from AI, not being threatened by it. These are roles all about implementation, collaboration, and bridging that gap between human teams and the AI tools they use.
I mean, just look at these new titles and the salaries that go with them. AI prompt engineer, AI ethics officer, AI implementation manager. The pattern here is crystal clear. The closer you get to the technology, the more your job security and your salary just skyrocket. All right, now for our fourth, and honestly, maybe the most surprising category of all. Some of the most AI-proof jobs in the entire economy don't require a college degree. We are living through a renaissance for the skilled trades.
The numbers just tell the whole story here. Look at the data for electricians, plumbers, HVAC techs, and especially renewable energy technicians. That's the fastest growing job in the entire economy. AI really struggles with physical complexity and solving problems in unpredictable environments. Like the plumbing inside your house. These are fundamentally human jobs.
Okay, so we've seen the data, we've seen the opportunities. Now, let's make this real. Let's make it actionable. Here is a clear, evidence-based strategy you can use to start future-proofing your career, literally starting today. It's really a simple three-step process. First, develop your human advantage. Focus on those epoch skills we talked about. Second, become an AI multiplier. Don't try to compete with it. Use it to 10x your effectiveness. And third, position yourself in those amazing growth intersections where human judgment meets AI power.
The CEO of GitHub, Thomas Domke, said it perfectly. It's not about replacing humans, it's about making them superhuman. The goal is to become so effective, so multiplied by technology, that you become indispensable. And as he says, no sane company is going to say no to that kind of growth.
So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a question to think about. Of all those human superpowers, empathy, creativity, judgment, leadership, which one do you think will be the most valuable in your career path? I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop them in the comments below. If you're excited about where the future of work is heading and you want to stay ahead of the curve on all this human-AI collaboration stuff, hit that subscribe button and join thousands of others in our community who are shaping tomorrow's workforce. Thanks for watching.